Welcome in, listeners. This is Margin Mavens, a podcast hosted by Steph and Kayla, where we share our thoughts on all things literature. Today's episode is about Just My Type of Wrong Guy by Tayana Alvez. We are being joined by the author today, so make sure you grab a snack and a drink, unless you're driving there, remember 10 and 2, and come hang out with us while we dive in. So first and foremost, before we get into anything super important, how do you feel about the fact we're never getting a season 2 of Julie and the Phantoms?
Um, I like now that Madsen is pregnant, it's like official
Oh, it's
and
gone. It's
official.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I post something about the book, somebody says, "No, Disney getting it. Netflix will renew it." Like, guys, she's a mom now. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we lost.
We lost. It's gone.
So I feel really sad because it was a TV show that, like, helped me to go through the pandemic. You know,
Yes.
I used to watch Alexa and Katie before, and
Mm-hmm.
then in Alexa and Katie Instagram profile, they said like, we will have new friends during the Phantoms, and I was like, oh, okay. But I loved it, and I was like, sure, we would get a second season because the show was great, the numbers were great, they got, like, I don't know, Emmys and awards, and then it never happened. And they went to Brazil. I think was the last stop, and they joined like the Julie and the Phantoms from Brazil. That is the original thing, and was really beautiful, but not enough. We still have so many questions
Yeah,
about everything, and it's
definitely
really
do.
sad how Netflix handled it. Like, if they cancel the show 1 year after, it would be okay, but like we were waiting for like 2 or 3 years, and then it
Mm-hmm.
was just okay, we're not having it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I remember I've seen the first season now 4 or 5 times, and I remember showing it to Kayla and being like, "This is gonna be really painful. I'm so sorry." But I was like, I need more people to share this pain with, and so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to spread it, and then we'll all be
Mm-hmm.
miserable together.
Yep. Can
Um,
confirm.
and by the end of the season, she was like, "You're just a really mean person,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "You know what? Fair. I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll take
Maybe
it.
I am.
Maybe I am, but like it was good."
It was very good. Yes, it was very good, but it was
Oh
also very painful.
man,
I have beef
I
with Netflix now.
I don't understand the choices that they make, because you've got Mr. Kenny Ortega at the helm. You've got fantastic actors. Like there's not a single one in there that I was like, "Oh, you weren't pulling what you should have been pulling." So just for them to make a decision to not continue it feels crazy. I have no doubt that at some point they're going to try to do like a reboot of it, and that'll make me incredibly sad. But
Yeah, I don't
alas.
think I would like watch again, oh, they're making this reboot or something. I don't think I would join because it was a huge thing. We were all going through the pandemic, and they were like releasing videos that they were recording from their houses, and we were going through that together, and the TV show became something really important to us because it was one of the things that we were like, okay, I don't want to think about the bad things that are happening, the sad things
Yeah.
that are happening, so let's just Julie and the Phantoms. And then they treated us really in a bad way. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
feel the worst part was this: if they said like, we're not renewing the show, we don't have like the numbers, we don't have people watching it, and it's okay, like, just let it be, like, let it free, because I
Yeah.
really believe that 1 year after the show, the first season, I think Prime Video would have got it, or Disney would, but like now, I don't think so.
Yeah. They fumbled. They fumbled hard.
Seriously. Seriously fumbled. But the book was a really great, in my
Yeah.
opinion, homage to
It
Julie and the
definitely was.
Phantoms. It
I
very much had that
yeah.
same feeling with the music and the camaraderie between, especially the boys in
Mm-hmm.
particular. It was just really, really, really nice to read.
Yeah, because I think within the show, like the relationship between the boys obviously like means so much, because not
Mm-hmm.
only are they in a band together that they love, but they're dealing with a bunch of losses, right? Like they're dealing with the loss of themselves, literally, and they're dealing with the loss of like our other bandmate turns out to be kind of scummy, and like that sucks. kind of what we know what your inspiration was, but what was something that you had to do like early on? What was your like writing process like when it comes to writing this book?
Since like they canceled the show, I was like, I need to write something. I need to write something because I need to get this out of my chest. It's
Mm-hmm.
just really painful. And again, this was so important. And when I started writing like a series about a band, and when I started writing about AJ, it was just like I pictured them.
Yeah.
AJ was always look in my mind, always. And then Alex was just like Julie. She's grumpy. She's like Julie, and she's grumpy in the best way we can say this word. And look, it's so sunshine. And so I try to put this in AJ. And sometimes people say like, "Oh, I like the book, but it's not the same. Oh, it's not the same, love it. Of course, it's not the same. I really wanted it to bring something like more mature in a way that like Julie was really really young, and this was a big deal for us at the time, like okay, she's 14, how they kiss next season. So I tried to put them like at the same age and bring the feeling I had watching the show, like, and I really felt like Luke would be in love with Julie and she would be in love with him, but they would struggle to be together, and because of who they are, because of the things that they went through. Because when you like someone, when you love someone, everything seems really simple at the beginning, but when you start like to seeing the layers, and then things get harsh. So for me, the most important thing would be like the relationship from Alex and her mother, and the fact that her mother passed, and how he would handle this. I always thought about AJ in a way like, what would Luke do? And for me, it was important like that he was also a bisexual character, because I always felt Luke was kind of a bisexual guy. I never felt like he was straight. And so the process was really simple in two ways. I knew what I wanted to do with the book, and I knew how they would be, but I also needed something that would make their relationship kind of not exactly the same. So I don't know if you watch it, Daisy Jones and the Six.
I have not. Not
There's a
yet.
couple in Daisy Jones and the Six that is basically the thing that she's in the band. She's in Daisy Jones, she's in the Six band. And she's a girl, of course. And then there's a guy in the band that is like madly in love with her. And she says, like, we are not doing this because I won't be the girlfriend in the Six. I worked really, really hard to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
there are things that happen with this couple through the TV show and the book. It's my favorite romance book that made me feel like so sad. And I was like, I need this to have a different ending. So I brought this to Alex. Like, she didn't want to be with him because she didn't want everyone to think that she was there because she was with him. Trying to process things like AJ having the chance to make amends with his parents while alive was really
Mm-hmm.
important also.
Hmm.
So the process for me was like, what I missed the most about the show, and what I wanted like, things that I wanted to have like had happened but never did. So I think these are like the most important things for me when I was like, when I started to think about writing the book. What I want to see that I couldn't see, and
Hmm.
what I liked the most.
So obviously representation is incredibly important, right? With Kayla and I being both very too fruity, very, ladies. What was kind of your thought process in making sure to do the representation, to make sure that it made sense and that it was genuine and it wasn't just something that like, oh, I'm going to make this decision and it's not going to like fit in with the rest of it?
So I write books in Brazil for a long time now. It's been like 6 or 7 years, and representation has been like a really important thing for me since the beginning. Not the very first book, because when I wrote very first book, my main character was a black girl, because I was a reader and I didn't see like a lot of books with black girls like on the cover. And my mom, it she has a dark skin, and then I was like, okay, I'll just make her just like my mom. I wish I could see this, and was really innocent at that point. And when the book came out, a lot of pages about black writing or black books start talking about it, and then I realized how important that was, and I felt like, okay, this is important. And people start telling me like, Tayana, your book is great, it's awesome, but like, I don't think you having a black girl on the cover will sell the book. And that was a really big shock for me. And I was like, why? And with the time, I understood why. So when I realized how hard it was to make people read books with representation, that just became my thing. I want to do it. Of course, I do it for the money. This is a work for me. I want to get paid. I want people to buy the books, not to just download any PDFs or stuff. But it's really important for me to keep doing what I think that my writing does in the good way, that is representation. So the Brazilian thing was more about like my experience growing up in Brazil, and people from the places that Alex she lives, that culture about the samba and about Brazilian music and things we don't see in Brazilian books, because in Brazil people think like everything that is foreign, it's better. Everything that is like not from Brazil is better. So I felt like I want her to be a singer, and I want her to be proud of her roots, things that her mom came from, her father came from. This was really important to me because this was like the way I grew up.
Hmm.
I grew up listening to
Mhm.
songs. My parents used to listen this during the weekends and everything. We have a thing when we are like cleaning the house. It's a really deep clean every time. Brazilians don't know how to just tidy, So we just put this so loud. And it was like the songs I was listening since my childhood. And I was like, I want her to have this. I don't want her to be ashamed of
Hmm.
her Portuguese, or to be saying like, oh, I'm so sorry for my English all the time. She's doing her best.
Mhm.
And for AJ, I had a bisexual girl and a bisexual boy, to help me how to work things out. But AJ was really simple for me because he was like, I just felt the character and the show. I feel like they are really, really similar.
Yes.
And I feel like most of it was like things from him, you know, from Luke. And I had help to not do anything that would like embarrass people, or to not get like any stereotype or things like this. But I want him to be a boy in a band. Like some people said, like, oh, you're not afraid to put any stereotype because he kisses a fan every show and everything. And I was like, I'm not afraid of this because he is a guy in a boy band. He is a superstar. This is the
Mhm.
things like a guy of 22 years old would do if he could do. So I also don't want to play him in a washed way.
Yeah.
As he is bisexual, he will be a holy saint. Like,
Hmm.
I just wanted him to be who he was.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's very cool in the fact that you kept it in that he kisses somebody at every concert, because like I remember, lonely girl era Justin Bieber. Like he existed, he walked, he did his thing, and it's been something that's so prevalent throughout, I think, like music history, especially with male artists, like Elvis did it, which granted Elvis is not a great example of what we should be striving for.
We had Austin, I think that guy from Austin and Ali. Oh my god, what's his name? He's a
Oh,
blonde guy.
yeah, forgot his name.
Yeah. Well,
I
he kissed a fan in
mhm.
Argentina like months before I write the book, and I was like, AJ is so doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy when people can bring in the representation, they can bring in the fruity characters and not make them feel as though they have to be anything more like
Right.
perfect, or like, oh, they're such a good person kind of thing, because it
Right.
like truth of the matter is like just because you're fruity doesn't mean you're a good person, like. And I think a lot of people, when they bring in that representation, like they want to stray so far from like offending or, messing with the stereotypes and stuff like that, but then they do the opposite because it's like this is unrealistic for a person.
Right.
And
Like
then they
this.
turn like the characters they are always like Puritans.
Yeah.
They cannot like, oh my god, they if they like, I don't know, kiss two people in the book, oh my god, it's the ending. He's not a good guy anymore. It's
Yeah.
Ross something, the name of the guy.
Ah, yes. Yes. Ross Lynch.
Yeah, that's it.
We got there. I was supposed to go to a concert of his and didn't. They should have asked me that at the gate and I'd be like, ugh. Yeah, I think I really enjoy when characters can be fruity or have some sort of representation to them, right? And that's not viewed as a reason why they're perfect. Like I really just enjoy realistic representation. If you're going
It's
to
just
give me a
normal.
bisexual character, they need to be a little chaotic. They can't
Mm-hmm.
they can't go,
The
I know
messier, the
exactly
better.
what I'm doing every single
Yeah.
time, because then I'm like, this isn't a representation of me. This isn't this isn't who I am. Kayla,
Yes.
ask your questions. I'm sure exist in your noggin.
Was there anything that you wanted to include that you didn't, or something that you had to cut that you really wanted to keep in?
Oh, this is a really good question. There is I don't know if you have seen, but I have I have actually like ordered like a lot of illustrations of
Mm-hmm.
them. And there is one specific, that is a specific one that she dresses like a golden dress, and he's
Mm-hmm.
so hot being there, just being hot. This is what he is. And then he this was a scene of them singing in a show. It never happened. It never happened. I went back and then I tried to make this seem like it was when he goes to her show,
Mm-hmm.
but it was supposed to be a show with the band, when
Mm-hmm.
like people would kind of realize that they were doing something,
There was
that
something
Right.
going on. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
this you were just doing something. And then it never happened because the book was already really, really long. And I feel like this was a thing for me because the first, I don't know, 35% of the book is just them like being friends. And
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I love them being friends, and I want them like to be the most friendly they could, because it was always about this. It was not one of those situations when the guy is always in love with her and then he pretends or
Mm-hmm.
something. But I felt like, oh my god, it's just never happening.
Yeah.
But at the end, I felt like I think this is it. I think it was supposed to be this way. But something that I feel like was left out was the show where everyone would see and they would like
Mm-hmm.
deny it, but we would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Everybody
but the
knows.
two of them
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best trope, truly, is when everybody's like, yeah, you didn't know? We knew.
I mean, all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time. This whole time. Any other plans for more of Alex and AJ, or was it just like a one and done?
I
Or
feel like it's
perhaps
a
about
one
the
and
rest of the
done,
boys?
but I really feel like I need to share the rest of the boys with you. But it's kind of hard thing to do now because this is the second book.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to come back and talk about Guilherme and Beatriz.
Yeah.
And I love their story. She's an actress. She's a really famous actress. And after the pandemic, she lost her dad in the pandemic, and this was a really bad thing for her. But and then you see AJ and Alex like starting to know each other there, and the other books that we will see come. We will see a little bit of them, but I don't really know how I would do it, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
really tough process of translating a book.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm still thinking if I will do this book first, like the first book in the series, if I would just translate this one, or if I should do like a smaller book that is a standalone for people to get to know me better, and then I just come with the series. As book about AJ and Alex, it's a standalone. This is like
Mm-hmm.
the only one we are going to have, but it doesn't mean we wouldn't have like a short story in the future about their future.
Oh yeah,
I like it,
I'm always
Picasso.
down. Yeah, I'm always down
Yeah,
for more of my favorite characters. You're
correct.
never gonna hear
Yes.
me go like, "Oh no, that's too much.
Yeah.
Stop."
It's never enough.
Yeah. So talking about translations and stuff, obviously, like we're two, Hispanic people. Um, what kind of goes into that, especially as a maybe smaller author, right? Because if you're dealing with big companies and stuff, I'm sure they have people that have people and whatever. But what does that look like when it comes to like your process and how it affects you?
I think that the most hard things for me are two things. I would do it by myself, and then I would send to a friend that also speaks English, and she would like read it and then highlight things that she thinks that I can do it better and everything. And then it would go through the people who would like reveal the grammar of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a okay process. But the second thing is I live in Ireland and we have a really specific English here. So
Yes.
sometimes I would just like go to Google or I don't know, any AI, like, how do we say this sentence that is pretty Irish in an American way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could be like people like to speak the American English, and then I was trying
Mm-hmm.
like to reach more people because the thing was I released the book in Brazil in April, if I'm not mistaken, and it went viral. And then suddenly a lot of comments like, I need this in English. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't know when, because I need like to do the whole marketing process in Brazil first. And when I released in English, I received like a lot of people like talking about the book, and they liked the book, and it was really, oh my gosh, this is something. This is something. I think I want to do it because I live in Ireland for such a long time, and there are like some stories that I think that it's actually like I think this would be really well written in English. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like there's another context. It's not like about Brazil or from Brazil. It's from here, and I want to do it. So I feel like this process was really hard for me because I was really insecure at the end because I'm Brazilian, my friend's Brazilian. Like even though the person that made all the corrections and everything, it's like their profession. I didn't really know like how it would be, but
Mm-hmm.
the physical version of the book's coming out. And the funny thing was like I had a reader that she went through my DM to talk about the book and everything, and I was like, and then she asked for the physical version of the book, and I was like, I'm just waiting to see if I can get feedbacks about the English, because sometimes people correct things on Kindle and everything. And she was like,
Yeah.
I'm a proofreader, I can do it for you. And then she did it. Like,
Very
she was
sweet.
so,
That's
so
so sweet.
sweet. It helped me so much because there were things that were really Brazilian, like simple things we wouldn't interfere in the story. But she was like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would never know.
Yeah.
So helped me a lot, and I'm just finishing like to go through her suggestions, and then I feel like 15th September I would it will be like available for people to purchase the physical version of this. And I felt really like I felt secure this time. I was like, okay, I know it's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
really soon.
yeah, that is very soon. I was
Yeah.
expecting a lot later, and then I looked down
Yeah.
at the calendar and I was like, wait.
No, she finished like the end of July, and then I was like looking through
Mm-hmm.
everything and see how it was, or like if it was really bad. But and now I'm just finishing to set some things up. It's already like the size of the book, everything is settled. I just need to finish some stuff, so it will be
Mm-hmm.
quick.
That's
Nice.
exciting.
Shout out to that reader.
Yeah. Shout out to that reader. Readers, you're doing the work sometimes.
Yeah, she
Don't
was
always pop
great.
into people's DMs though.
Yeah. Don't like ask first.
Yeah. Don't come in with the red pen right out the gate.
Yes, please.
No, I mean, I think My brain is empty, but I don't know if that's user
Um
error.
so like what's you did talk a little bit about what's next, but like anything
What you
else
doing?
down the pipe, like cons, anything, talk your
Yeah,
talk.
so the next thing is the physical version of Just My
Mm-hmm.
Type of
Mhm.
Wrong Guy. After this, I have a rom-com that is kind of rivals to lovers or academic rivals that is kind of, there is in Alexei Katie, there is a character, Katie, that she
Mhm.
has a thing with a guy, but they don't really stay together, but they hate each other and then they fall in love. And I love that feeling, not the thing about enemies to lovers, that people were doing really bad things, but sometimes you just don't like the person. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then they are in med school, and they she wants to go to a master's, and she needs a scholarship, and she's poor. And there's the guy that used to be the best student, and then she came in, but he's like going for the scholarship just like her. But he's really rich. His family is really rich.
Etheridge.
He's just like, oh, I don't want to depend on my family's money like Gaia did, isn't you now? Really?
Yeah.
Right.
let her get the scholarship. Just
Read the
try.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they will they will have something going on between them, and she has a lot of anxiety problems that she doesn't know yet, but he will help her with this because his mom had really a really bad bad anxiety crisis and everything, so he'll help her. And then this is the thing, they will be like rivals but also in love.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know how I will work the thing about the scholarship, but I don't really know the rich guy. I don't really want the rich guy getting it. So
We never do. We never do.
and it's a really different thing for me. I never done anything like this about like med school or academic thing,
Mhm.
but I feel like will be a really nice process of research. And this is a book that I want to write in English because I had this idea in English. So I feel like this will be like 250 pages rom-com, and we will read and laugh and also cry, but happy ending, always happy ending.
Always happy
Yes.
ending.
Romance comes
Always.
with happy endings.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
then
We
the
don't
other
need we
one
don't need
will
the
probably
brokenness.
will probably be the first book in the Vicious Bonds band, and it's a second chance romance. They were like in a high school musical kind of
Mm.
thing, and they used to
Mhm.
date. And suddenly when the pandemic hit, her dad died and he just left the country, and she
Mm.
was like, what's going on? And it was a really bad ending for her. But he comes to Brazil, and she gets to know it, and she goes like stalking him, and just like
Been
Olivia
there.
Rodrigo, she follows him, and she goes to sleep. And then the other day in the morning, everyone is like, she wants to get the hype of his band. She's
Mm-hmm.
trying to get back to him or something like this because she wants to be famous again. She's away from the TV for a while now, and then they just start fake dating because that's how we saw things.
We love a good fake dating trope.
We do. We do love a good fake
Love
dating
that.
trope.
Love
And
that.
he's madly in love with her. He had a really strong and bad reason to leave her, but she doesn't really want to do it again. So it's like, most of the book we are just like watching her try to resist until a point that she can't.
I love it. I
Relatable.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Also
feel like
relatable. Yes.
these are
Yeah.
like what's next. And but I really want to stuck with Just My Type of Wrong Guy for a while. I really feel this book has more people to reach.
Yes.
I I love this book. I love the story. I love the way that like forgiveness is there. Not like, oh, you need to forgive your fathers. Oh, you need to do it. But like it's an option.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, or you can don't. You cannot do it, but it will have like different paths
Right. Right.
based on your decisions. I feel like this is really important because I'm 33 and I have a sister that is 14.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, same father, same
That's an
mom.
age
Just
gap.
they just went great. They just went crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, they made decisions 14 years ago.
My mom was 48.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a choice. That's a
That was a
choice.
choice.
Yeah, and we are of course really different in some ways. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes she asks me like for advices that I feel like this is so obvious, but
Yeah,
it isn't because it's a different
But it
time, a
is.
different generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
because
So
she's a
I
baby.
She
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
so I try to bring these things to the books. What
Mm-hmm.
would you do in this case? Like, obviously, you would do this thing, but it's not that obvious because we are
Yeah.
people and we make
Right.
mistakes
And we
and
do
we are
different
not
things, and yeah.
perfect. So, how can we handle this situation? If I forgive you, um, it's okay. But if I don't forgive you, how will I feel? Because it's not about you, it's about me. It's about
Right.
how I will go through life if I do this or if I don't do this.
Yep.
So I feel like this is the kind of message I always try to bring. Like, everything you do, in the end, it's more about you and how you would feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we want
Mm-hmm.
to hold on to bad feelings or bad things so tight because it's like it's the way that we can make it right.
Mm-hmm.
But right for whom? So sometimes it's better just let it go and I don't
Yeah.
Yes.
know.
Yes,
100%.
absolutely. I don't have anything else.
This was great.
Yeah.
I love chatting with people. I'm a yapper. Um,
Listeners, if you like Julie and the Phantoms,
read the
you
book.
should definitely read the book. If
Also,
you don't know what
sorry.
Julie and the Phantoms
Watch
is,
Julie
you
and the
should probably
Phantoms,
watch that
and then we're really
first.
sorry.
No, not really sorry.
Okay. Well, you wanted me to be really sorry, so I'm
I did.
continuing that train. You don't get to decide the train is done now.
But now they
Um,
can watch the TV show and then read the book and
yep.
feel
Yes.
less, I don't know, less
Yeah.
sorry, less
Yes.
It
sick.
never fully
A
goes
little less
away.
sad.
Yeah, it never fully goes away, but it gets a little less sad.
Yes.
It's a hug.
Yeah.
It
In
is.
case you
It
need a hug,
is.
just read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little nice love letter to Julie and the Phantoms,
Yep.
for sure.
I deeply enjoyed it. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
It was so nice to meet you and to talk to you and all of those things. I'm not going to get incredibly mushy. It's too early in my day. But thank you, listeners, for being here. Remember to follow us on all things you can follow us on. You're on basically everything at Margin Mavens. Any links
Don't
for the
forget
author
to
will be down
show, yep.
below.
Don't forget to show
This isn't
Tayana
my
some
first.
love.
This isn't my first rodeo.
No,
All
I'm
links and
telling them though.
everything will be down below. So make sure that you share the same love with her as you share with us. And we will see you in the next episode.